The Department of Homeland Security has lifted its controversial ban on reviewing asylum applications, marking a significant policy reversal that could affect thousands of pending cases. The decision comes as tensions escalate in the Middle East, where NPR has confirmed that an Iranian strike has injured more than 12 U.S. military personnel. The asylum policy change represents a major shift in immigration enforcement, potentially opening the door for hundreds of asylum seekers who have been waiting in limbo. The timing coincides with growing international pressure on U.S. immigration policies and mounting concerns about the humanitarian impact of prolonged case delays. Meanwhile, the Iranian attack on American forces underscores the volatile security situation in the region, where U.S. troops remain stationed across multiple countries. The dual developments highlight the complex challenges facing policymakers as they balance domestic immigration concerns with escalating international conflicts. These policy and security developments will likely influence broader discussions about America's role in global humanitarian and military commitments. British police have confirmed that the teenage boy at the center of sexual offences allegations against BBC radio DJ Scott Mills was under 16 years old at the time of the alleged incidents. The Crown Prosecution Service dropped the case in 2019, citing insufficient evidence to bring formal charges against the popular radio presenter. Mills, who has hosted shows on BBC Radio 1 and BBC Radio 2 for over 2 decades, has been a prominent figure in British broadcasting, known for his afternoon entertainment programs and celebrity interviews. The revelation about the victim's age adds significant gravity to the allegations, even though no charges were ultimately filed. The case highlights ongoing scrutiny of BBC personalities and the corporation's handling of misconduct allegations involving its high-profile presenters. This development comes amid broader discussions about safeguarding procedures within the British media industry and the protection of young people in entertainment environments. The resurfacing of these details may prompt renewed calls for transparency in how broadcasting organizations address serious allegations against their talent. 3 Indonesian United Nations peacekeepers have been killed in 2 separate Israeli attacks in southern Lebanon within the past 48 hours, marking a dangerous escalation in strikes against international forces. The Indonesian soldiers were part of the UN Interim Force in Lebanon, known as UNIFIL, which has maintained a presence along the Israeli-Lebanese border since 1978 to monitor ceasefire agreements. These latest casualties bring renewed international attention to the safety of UN personnel operating in conflict zones, particularly as regional tensions continue to intensify. Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim-majority nation, has been a significant contributor to UN peacekeeping operations globally, with thousands of troops deployed across various missions. The attacks on peacekeepers violate international humanitarian law and could complicate diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the broader regional conflict. UN officials are expected to demand accountability for the strikes, while Indonesia may reassess its peacekeeping commitments in the volatile border region. The incident underscores the increasingly precarious position of international observers caught between escalating military operations in the Middle East. Iran has attacked and set fire to a massive Kuwaiti oil tanker off the coast of Dubai overnight, dramatically escalating maritime tensions in the vital Persian Gulf shipping corridor. The assault on the commercial vessel represents a significant expansion of Iranian military operations, directly targeting energy infrastructure that supplies global markets. Former President Trump has simultaneously urged European nations to secure their own oil supplies, suggesting reduced American commitment to protecting international energy routes. The tanker attack threatens one of the world's most critical maritime choke points, through which roughly 1/3 of global seaborne oil passes daily. Gulf states are increasingly bearing the consequences of the expanding regional conflict, with their economic lifelines coming under direct assault. The incident has sent immediate shockwaves through international energy markets, with oil prices expected to surge as traders assess the security of Middle Eastern supply routes. Kuwait has condemned the attack as an act of maritime terrorism, while Dubai's strategic position as a regional hub faces new vulnerabilities. This escalation signals a dangerous new phase where energy infrastructure becomes a primary target in regional conflicts. On what would have been Cesar Chavez's birthday, Residents of Delano, California are grappling with how to honor the iconic labor leader following recent sexual assault allegations against him. March 31st has long been celebrated as a holiday commemorating Chavez's pivotal role in organizing farm workers and leading the historic Delano grape strike of the 1960s. The farming community that served as the epicenter of the United Farm Workers movement now finds itself deeply conflicted about preserving Chavez's legacy while acknowledging the serious nature of the accusations. Delano's agricultural workers and their families built their collective identity around Chavez's advocacy for labor rights, fair wages, and dignity in the fields. The allegations have created a painful reckoning for a community whose civic pride and historical narrative are intimately connected to Chavez's activism alongside figures like Dolores Huerta and Lariat Leon. Local leaders are struggling to balance respect for alleged victims with preservation of the labor movement's achievements that transformed conditions for millions of farm workers. This controversy reflects broader societal challenges in reassessing historical figures when new allegations emerge about their personal conduct.